All right, so here's a tasty challenge. We are going to try and find the equation of this quadratic. Okay, so quadratic, remember the shape is called a parabola. It is concave up, as opposed to concave down, so that's the general shape of it. And we are told that one of the models to use might be this model or this model. So there are different forms of a quadratic, and you can see this is the vertex form and this is the factored form. Now, which model might be best? Well, the big clue is, look, we're given the vertex. So that vertex gives us a lot of good information to feed already into this model. So just using that vertex, we can already tell a lot of what the model is going to look like. So let's go and do this question. So one is choose the best model. Well, clearly the vertex model is the best one. Two, write out the model using some of the coordinates. Well, let's just write down that particular model now. I'll put it in green. So y equals a let me just x here squared, and that's all I'm going to do, because what we're going to do is we're going to grab this first number and we're going to put it in here, but we're going to do a sign change, +1, and we're going to take the second number and we're going to put it here and we're going to leave it exactly as it is. So when we played with Desmos, we found that these numbers on the vertex go in this part of the model. Okay, so we've done one, we've chosen the best model, we've fed in some of the numbers. Now we've only got this coordinate left to play with. So now, part 3, use the remaining coordinate to find a. So this is where we actually substitute. So this is the language, substitute 0, -4 into the equation. Now look, the x coordinate is x and the y coordinate is -4. So let's put them in the right places into our equation. So y is -4. Equals to the a, we don't know, the x is 0, +1 squared -6. Now we have to just go and solve this equation for a. So write everything else out as it is. -4 equals to a. Now this is just 0 + 1 is 1, and that's squared, and this is -6. -4 equals, well, this little piece here, 1 squared is 1. In fact, this answer in here will always be positive, because any number times by itself is always going to be a positive. So this is just 1a. So 1a, let me just put that here, and that's a, and then -6. And now we're just going to solve this equation. Now we need to leave a where it is. We're going to +6 to this side, +6 to this side. So that will give us 2 here, and that will give us a here, and this cancels out. So the final answer, a equals 2. So finally, let's go ahead and write out the entire equation for our quadratic. So the equation here is y equals to a, which is 2, and this is x + 1 squared -6. Now if you type that into Desmos or a graphing calculator, you will find not only have you got the vertex at this point, the vertex at this point is guaranteed by this number and this number, but you will also get the quadratic going through this particular coordinate point of 0, -4, and we managed to make it go through this point because we chose, or we calculated the correct a value. If we had a different a value here, the curve would still go through this point, but it might cut the y-axis in a different place, right? So it might be flatter, less steep, if we make this number smaller, or it might be super steep if we make this number bigger. And that's it. That's how to work out, without using Desmos, but work out by hand and some clever algebra, the actual equation of that quadratic graph. And that's given in, remember, this is given in vertex form.